Hi everybody, John Dooley with the Dooley Group at Discover NC Homes, coming to you live from our office in Southport. Continuing our ongoing series with notable people nearby that can help you in the home buying process other than the Dooley Group at Discover NC Homes. There is one other important asset in a lot of transactions, and that is the lender. So today I have a wonderful lender with us here today. This is Lindsey Cartee with First National Bank, and she's here to just tell us all things lending, and specifically a couple of interesting things that it is difficult to find a lender for. So in addition to your conventional loans, your FHA loans, VA loans, USDA loans, First National Bank is also one of the companies that can help you with manufactured homes.
That's right.
And also a lot of your business is in lot loans and construction loans, which I've done a few of, but I think that's more of a specific kind of industry and loan process. So what can you tell us about all of those things? Welcome, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course.
You're right. So I do think that First National Bank shines with the lot lending and also the construction lending. Our lot loans are unique in the sense that we do require 25% down, but we do a 30-year amortization. So it's a 30-year payment, which helps keep the payments low. And also it's a 3-year balloon. So we really want you to build within those 3 years.
Sure.
So at the end of the 3 years, if you haven't built, we can look at refinancing or paying it off. But during those 3 years, whenever you're ready to build, that's where we kind of come in with the construction loan. And if we have enough room with the numbers, we could always look at rolling in the lot financing to the construction loan if that's not paid off within that time frame, which is nice because that's less out of pocket for most of our clients.
Great. If with starting with the lots, is there a specific price point that it has to be? Is there a specific type of lot, or is there any kind of restrictions on what kind of lots can? Because a lot of times you hear, well, you can't finance a lot. You've got to bring this big pile of cash.
Right.
But if somebody wants to build in St. James and it's a $300,000 lot.
Yes.
It's 25% down and then go from there?
Yes, that's right. So we don't do commercial properties because we want you to build a house. And then also there are some limitations on the size of land, and it's just something that we want to look at on a case-to-case basis. But in most cases, a neighborhood lot would fall into what we can do.
Okay. With just thinking off the top of my head, in instances where people want to get a manufactured home and put it on a piece of land with like a Clayton Homes or something like that, or individually with other things, do you do that sort of?
Yeah, we can. So that would be a construction loan setup. They can buy the lot and put the house on it all in the same loan. The lot loans are flexible in that regard. You can do a lot loan if you're just looking to buy a piece of land and maybe not build right away. Or we can do a lot loan and house combined loan. And so there are options as far as that's concerned.
That's great.
Yeah.
It seems like you're a place to go if you have something complicated or a little tricky, or you can kind of search down options for kind of any buyer in any situation.
Yeah, we can almost always make it work. Yeah, for sure. And then as far as the construction loans go, they are unique in this, and for this, in the fact that they are a one-time close loan. And so that means one-time settling with the attorney, one set of closing costs, one-time qualifying, and that's all done up front or before construction starts.
Okay.
And once we close on the construction loan, it's really easy to compare it to something like an equity line of credit, in the sense that you don't necessarily start making payments right away.
Okay.
So what'll happen is the builder comes to us at various points throughout the process and lets us know they have a certain amount of work complete. And we do send an inspector out to verify that the work's been done, because we don't pay for anything if it's not finished. And as long as it all checks out, we advance the funds, and the clients will start paying interest only on that portion.
Oh, okay.
So interest only payments throughout construction, just based off of what's advanced. So the payments will grow as the house becomes more and more complete.
Okay.
Then at the end, we just take it all and roll it over into the permanent financing, where you have your full principal interest payments, what you're used to with a standard loan.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
If they already have a piece of land that they've been holding on to a certain amount of time, and then they've found a builder, then they can start a construction loan without, if they've paid off the land or something like that, you can do that at kind of any point to...
You can, yeah, and any value that the land brings to the table is just part of the equity. So that goes towards like the greater 20% down, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
So process-wise, after they have called the Dooley Group at Discover NC Homes to find a piece of land, or to, you know, to help vet a builder and be their representative through the building process, what would the next step be to, would it be just to call you?
Yeah, it would. I always suggest to get pre-qualified, especially before you write a big deposit check to a builder.
Sure.
So that gives me a chance to get credit pulled, look at income, assets, and all the things that kind of go into the mortgage, just to make sure that everyone feels comfortable before they really get the ball rolling on that part of it. So yeah, that's always a good place to start. It's never too early to get pre-qualified. And then I can give them a list of, here's what we can go ahead and document now so that it's off your plate. And then here's what I'm gonna want the most accurate, the most recent of whenever you sign a contract with the builder, just so we have the most up-to-date information for some of those things. But I sort of sort it all out for everybody.
Great. Great.
Yeah.
And you also do, like, you know, for developers or things like that, you do large tracts of land and kind of any size?
We do have people at First National Bank who can do that.
Okay.
And then in that scenario, a lot of times they will finance with our commercial lenders, and I can help with the purchase loans when somebody comes in to buy the house that they've built on that land. And so there's options as far as that's concerned as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
A one-stop shop.
We try.
At First National Bank. Fantastic. Well, let me tell everybody how. Is there anything else you want to add to any kind of anything? Other.
Yeah, just one additional point, because I do think it applies to a lot of people who are moving here, is that they're most of the time in some sort of transition.
Sure.
Whether retiring or have a house to sell. And the beautiful thing about the construction loan is that we can build in some flexibility. So typically I suggest that you try and finance as much as you can up front, because it gives you the option to borrow it. If you get to the end of construction and you don't have enough, I can't add more to it. So if we set it, you know, high in the beginning, then at the end, when you're done with construction and you know exactly how much everything's going to cost, and you have everything from your builder, and you know what your moving expenses are going to be, at that point, they can decide, okay, I'm going to pay down X amount of dollars. I've sold my home, or I got a bonus at work, or I hit the lottery, or whatever. They can pay it down, and we recalculate payments based on that new amount. So just because we start high doesn't mean that they're stuck with that payment forever.
Right. You have it, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
That's right.
And then that's fantastic. Yeah. And during if you're out of area, if you're building, if you're working with us, we always go out and take update pictures for you weekly. I think in the different phases of the draws and stuff like that, they would send pictures as well, so we can keep you fully informed between lender and real estate agent as you go through the building process, and have an advocate and make it happen.
That's right.
Have more people move to Brunswick County. Well, if you would like to get in touch with Lindsey Cartee at First National Bank, or she is available at 919-606-9981, or Cartee, CARTEEL, as in Lindsay, at fnb-corp.com. We'll put that on the screen or have it in the comments somewhere so you can get in touch with her and don't have to deal with what I just said there. But thank you so much for, I have worked with Lindsey on different deals, and her communication is top notch. I never recommend somebody unless I would use them myself. And so I'm very grateful to have you as a collaborative partner in all things real estate for all people.
Glad to be here.
In all loan types.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Get in touch with us. We can get you in touch with Lindsey, or get in touch with Lindsey directly. Say you saw it on this video, and we will help you build, help you find land, and help get you to Brunswick County. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we will see you next time.